Like when the drop home game in the chokehold.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Oakland Raiders. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. Throwing on first down is Carr. Nelson's got it here right side. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Carr to throw after the play fake to Lynch. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Terrell Suggs in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Escaping, and pressure gets to him again. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now, 1st and 10. On first and 10. It's Jackson. He gets this one to Michael Crabtree. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
Detroit!
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. That one goes for 24 yards.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll run with a rookie. It's Boston Scott. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Well, when you think of these two teams, two franchises, Baltimore and Oakland, Charles, what comes to mind?
Well, the ghost to the post in the late 1970s, but remember, that was the Baltimore Colts, who are now in Indianapolis. These are the Ravens, who came from Cleveland and formerly were the Browns.
They also have some history, though. The Ravens, between these two teams, won an AFC Championship game in 2001. Also beat a Derek Carless Raiders 30-17 in Oakland a year ago. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Jackson. Flush to his right. Open space inside the 10. This will be caught inside the 10. And he's hauled away down to the 6-yard line. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
Now Collins. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Alex Collins, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Justin Tucker for the extra point. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now Carr. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
To throw his car. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Eluding the pressure right. And this is incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. All right, here we go. Blue line there.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. Finding some room at midfield. Oh, he's got a man wide open. Complete. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in and picks up the first down.
Now whistles and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19. Detroit. Detroit.
Jackson on first down. Forced out to his left. Now the ball comes loose, but it looked like a Raven was able to get in there, and they will indeed keep the possession.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Michael Crabtree, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
No. Check. Patriot. Patriot. Under 10.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Buying time to his left. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Charles, that's an important 3rd down stop. You don't want to spot him 2 touchdowns here early.
You're trying to slow momentum down. You've already given up the score. They're coming right back at you. You're exactly right. Being able to hold them there and force a decision on 4th down, that's big for the defense.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 22. They start the drive with Lynch. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play caller, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy is disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
And he'll be taken down right around the 27. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down. From the gun, it's Carr. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for Oakland. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Steps away to his left. And some room to work. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
2nd quarter now. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
On 2nd down now, Scott. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Set! 319! 319!
Now Jackson on 1st down. Caught left side to Crabtree. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now Jackson throwing on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That's good for a Raven 1st down, 15 yards there.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
23 yards on the play. Here's a first down run with Collins. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On second down, Jackson stepping up. He's going to keep it. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
They'll go to the keeper. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. And maybe there that was just a case of completely overlooking the guy holding the football.
It certainly felt like it, didn't it? Because on my checklist, okay, as a defender,
QB's last.
Running back, fullback, heck, jet sweeps nowadays. Before you even get to thinking about the quarterback might actually keep it.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
They'll start on the ground with Lynch. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
On second down, Lynch. And an alley to run. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through.
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. But I think the Raiders are going to be able to hold on to it. Yes.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now they'll throw with Carr. Complete to Bryant. And now running right through it. And they showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking at third down here. Shotgun now for Carr. Dancing to his left. He completes it to Bryant. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A Raider first down, 17 yards. Carr now on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
On first down, Scott. They find some open field here. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. And they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Jackson down on first down, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit!
Now Jackson on second down. This is caught inside the 15. A very solid gain of 27.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
And now he'll tuck it and run. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
No. Jack, Patriot!
Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. The field goal unit on the sideline. They're going to go with 1 second left.
All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19! Hot!
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll run on first down. Scott. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, Scott. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. The linebacker, Derek Johnson, in on the stop.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Try and run for this. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up fourth.
Well, anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter three.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out.
And got his man complete. That goes for a gain of 31. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
And they'll get him down here at about the 42. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They'll run again with Lynch. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now Carr. He'll check this down to Lynch, complete. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll bring up 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Check 26. Who's right?
Carr to throw for it on 4th down. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big-time throw on 4th.
Now, that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there and making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's 4th down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
Watch the screen. Hey, here we go.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. Flushed out right. And Cooper able to work his way open. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards. 1st down, the run with Lynch. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Carr to throw after the play fake to Lynch. And he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone. And now 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Tavecchio puts this one through, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And the Ravens taking the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they? That's
a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st down, Scott. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! 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 Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Here's Jackson looking to throw on second down. Crabtree with it over the middle. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
On third down, Jackson. He's got Snead. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28.
Detroit! Detroit!
Throwing is Jackson. Crabtree has it. Space to run past the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Michael Crabtree, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is now 24. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gassed,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Escaping the pressure right. Sideline throw, that's caught. Amari Cooper. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. And this is going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Flush to his right. Bryant with a catch right side. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
And Derek Carr just keeps improving. He can be dangerous not just inside the pocket, but as we see here, outside of it as well.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. To throw, it's Carr. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. To throw his Carr. They dump it off to Lynch. And he'll go down at the 28. It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Out to his left. He can run. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And the Ravens have got it. And they're not able to convert on 4th down.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely. RG3 going to bring the Ravens up 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Scott, and he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They go read option with Griffin, and he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
And how about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. This is Harris. "21 yards. Well done on the return. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this.
Now, you ready?
Carr to throw on 2nd down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Now, you ready? Go. Get set. You ready? Set.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. Flushed out right. It's caught by Bryant. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line.
OP.
It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to let it fly. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Hey, 7:34.
Throwing again. Carr. Now a desperation throw deep down. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. He was trying to get it to Seth Roberts. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Now Carr again. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Martavis Bryant, his first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders get a score closer.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Tavecchio good on the extra point, and that will get him one closer. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. On second down, Collins. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. The Ravens on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. They go read option with Griffin on third down. That's Scott. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Mark off the 5 yards, but still 4th down.
Well, they'll learn that lesson when they review it, but it didn't cost them.
Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Harris now to return. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. And now here come the Raiders. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Purdue! White. Hey, 7:34. Ready?
One final try now for Carr. Steps away. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game.